Star Wars Visions, the twins. SH Figuarts reviews continue here with the second twin. We have Am from the Star Wars Divisions, Bandai Tamashii Nations, SH Figuarts. Now, I just recently reviewed her brother, which was Car, and I must say, at first, I was not really super excited for the figures, although, I mean, I did pre-order them. I did have some interest in them, but I must say that now that I have them in hand, they were definitely much better than I was expecting. I don't know why, I just lost excitement for it. Now that Visions is kind of old and the whole hype has died down for it, I definitely bought it after I saw Visions, and we all know how that works. You watch something, the hype is there, you go out and pre-order, you go out and buy the figures for it, but when the figure takes a couple months to release and then the hype dies, then your excitement dies for the figure release as well, and that's kind of what happened to me here. But I am happy to say that now that I open these up, my excitement is back, and I kind of want to watch the episode again to refresh my memory on these two twins here. So I know I'm talking a lot here, but needless to say, Car review really got me hyped up. So now I'm really excited for Am, and she looks like she is packed full. I mean, look at the box, packed full of accessories here. We all know she has a whole bunch of lightsabers, so that's probably the main reason. Here's the side with the sticker of authenticity. On the other side, we have an image of the figure, and then on the back side, more images of the figure, of course, and then also posed up with her brother. So again, this is technically a Target exclusive in the United States, although you can purchase it from Japan like I did. Now, just like any figure that has high heels, she is a little difficult to stand up because of these high heels. As you can see here, she does have those heels, and it's just a little tough, although I am getting her to stand right now, and it is not leaning on the cape. Um, I mean, she's barely hanging on. Like, she wobbles, and at any second, I think she could fall. That is an issue, of course. But I mean, I don't know. It just tends to be an issue with everything that has a heel on an action figure. So it is what it is. But you can get it to stand, so that's the most important part there. The ankles are pretty strong, so they're not gonna give way or anything. But going on to her accessories, she does believe that she is Iron Spider, so she has her Iron Spider legs here. I guess she meets Tony Stark. Alright, obviously that's a joke, but these are her legs that she uses to wield 4 more blades of lightsabers. Pretty nuts. I know this is a whole concept type of TV show, so it's all kind of like fan fiction almost. But it's still cool, although it's a little unbelievable, right? But it's Star Wars. I mean, everything's unbelievable in it. So that pegs into her bag, and she does have all of the red lightsaber blades separately packed in. So we get a total of 6 right here, and that is of course because she has her actual lightsaber hilts that she wields in her hands, along with the 4 that go from her back. Alright, so there we go, and each of these arms have little ball joints, so you can bend these very well. I mean, these things move like crazy. So there's no issues there. I would still be careful because they're kind of small, so I don't want to break them. But the blades fit in there very well. And then here are the other ones on the lightsaber hilt, which is exactly the same hilt as the one that Car comes with. Now she does have soft goods cape, which is freaking amazing. I think it came out great. No issues here, and it does have a bendy wire on the edge of it, so you can bend it around, have it windswept. But you're going to want to lift this up, find the peg hole on her back, and that's where you're going to plug in her lightsabers. So you will get something crazy like this right here, and even with the added weight of those arms, she's standing. So she can stand, although it might be a little frustrating to get her to stand at first. But you can see here, even with the peg hole being underneath the cape, and this is the beauty of having a soft goods cape, you can still display the cape just fine. And then also, if she's battling and has, like, I don't know, a lot of force being wielded, then you can have it blowing out the back there. Alright, so there she is with all of her lightsabers. Now I added in the hilts that go in her hands. and she's definitely giving General Grievous a run for his money, but you can recreate the look of all the lightsabers as shown in the show, and I think that looks pretty darn cool, and you can, of course, get her to stand up and balanced, as you can see right here. Now she stands at about 5.5 inches tall, just like her brother, so no difference in height there. Right now I have her with the grabby hands to grab on to the lightsabers. She does come packed in with a pair of fists out of the box, as most SH Figuarts always do. Then we get some force wielding hands here. And then we have these open hands which have the fingers slightly bent. Now as for her alternate faceplate, she does have the neutral faceplate on right now, and then we do get a surprise look of a faceplate where she's looking down and the mouth is slightly opened. Then we have this one where it's kind of a maniacal type of laugh, evil laugh looking faceplate, and then we have a yelling faceplate there. Now the eyes are printed on there, and they look pretty good, just like her brother does. They use the same, technique for both. Now we all know in the episode she does wear a helmet, so she does come with that helmet, so you can display her unmasked as she is now, or masked. So here's the helmet, pretty crazy looking helmet. There's the back side. I assume to hold that hair, but it is a swap out there. So unlike her brother, that comes with a totally swap out torso, which is necessary because when he takes off his mask and his cloak and cape, then he looks a little different. So they needed a swap out torso for him, but for her, you really just need to take off the helmet and that's it. So this is another scenario where I'm going to have a difficult time deciding which way I want to display these figures because they look very badass unmasked as you see right now, but also very badass with the masks on. And there you go with the helmet on. Now you get the full dark side look here. Very, very cool. I think this came out great, honestly. I don't really have any gripes on this figure other than the fact that maybe her feet, the high heels, it's a little difficult to stand, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with this thing. We get the soft goods cape, super highly posable arms here for the back piece, and not to mention the figure itself is super posable. Also, the paint job is definitely better on this figure than it was on Kare. I did have some QC issues on him, but so far Am is pretty clean here, no issues here. I like the paint on the torso here, the silver. The lightsabers are painted very nice. We also do get some paint on her forearm here, like she has some controls going on right there. The backside, all the red is painted on there pretty nice. So overall, it looks great. Looks really good. Now as for her articulation, the head will go all the way up, super posable there. It's a ball joint. Even with this helmet piece there, it looks all the way up. It looks all the way down. So you can see here, her head can still look up about this far, even with the unmasked head, and the hair kind of get in the way there because she does have these ball joints on the back side of her head, so her hair can articulate a little bit, but it's good enough. I think she's still looking up. I mean, that's not too bad. Now these shoulder pieces are on a ball joint here, so they do move around. So with the arms, they still do get in the way, but you could still move the arms, and you can go around it and angle out the arm. But as you can see, I mean, it's gonna get in the way. You can still get it up. She has those same crazy sockets as her brother, but it's not so noticeable on this figure since it's all black and it's kind of covered by those shoulder pieces there. We do get the bicep swivel, we get the double jointed elbow, there goes the lightsaber, and we get a ball jointed wrist right there, so you get the hinge, you get the swivel. Torso, we have the diaphragm joint up top, and then we also do get a waist swivel, so she has both the diaphragm and the waist swivel, unlike the brother, which has just the lower diaphragm joint. Legs will kick forward. Her little skirt piece is pliable enough to allow her to move the leg forward and then back down. If we move these arms out the way, the legs can go out this far, which isn't as far as I thought it would, but still pretty good. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then we have ankle hinge, a little bit of an ankle rocker, and then there's a ankle swivel. And here is a side by side of the two twins next to each other, looking pretty damn badass, both with their cloaks and their helmets and everything. I mean, this is pretty nice, to be honest with you. I mean, they definitely look great together. Alright, and there we have them without the helmets, and more so the brother without the torso, since Am only just has an unmasked head. So he looks very different, of course, almost like an entirely different figure. But to get them next to each other without any lightsabers and any helmets, this is how they look. It does seem like Am stands slightly taller than her brother. Alright guys, and that will conclude my review of the SH Figuarts Target exclusive Star Wars Visions Am figure. Please backtrack and check out her twin brother. I did review him first, and then also hit the like button down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.